All right. We are live. Gentlemen,
Um,
introductions. Because it has been an of freaking course.
yeah, this motherfucker over here interrupting my damn toilet time. I don't appreciate it. Get your ass in here.
I'll be right back.
I joined. He ain't even. See, look at this shit. He over
You
here
guys
rushing
did
people.
introductions.
He
I'll be right
ain't
back.
even.
Right back.
See this shit. He over here rushing people. He ain't even fucking ready.
Okay, while he's gone, let's leave. Just kidding.
All right, bet.
Go back up.
I'm like this. I'm sitting here like Jason really fucking left and didn't come back.
His name's Jason, aka Bull360. And you know War Chief. War Chief.
Yeah, I'm War Chief.
Who recently hit the big 1K. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. The big 1K subs.
And quick special announcement, my Fortnite stream 6 hours had about 10 views.
You streamed for 6 hours?
Yep. Well, 5 hours and 54 minutes to be exact. And 12 seconds. Yep, played Fortnite that long today. Because I'm like, I actually want to be a couple levels higher than War Chief. I wonder what that's like. Didn't last long, but it was
Okay, I'm
fun.
back. What was that? I just got back from yet another fucking call-in. Hello?
He wanted to know what it was like to be higher than me on Fortnite, and it didn't last long.
Alright, well, welcome to the... We're officially going to go with Podcrastination now, because when I looked up Podcrastination, there were, once again, 3 other channels with that name. And I feel like we should change it to Procrastination, because we have been fucking procrastinating this fucking show.
Oh.
We have.
So, we're back. There wasn't any scheduling issues. There wasn't any delays of some kind. We just fucking stopped, and we don't know why. So now we're back. Here we are.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, there was
became brain dead.
1 or 2.
There was a few personal issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point being, we could have gotten back sooner, but we just didn't.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Sorry about that.
So today's topic is elder stories, where we share stories of the people that came before. Our parents, our grandparents, close relatives of the previous generation. But before we get into that, War Chief, I wanted to save it for the show. So the new Fortnite season started, and something kind of funny happened.
Oh god, what happened?
So, for those who don't know, building is not a thing in Fortnite right now. And...
Hold on. Say, ow, god damn. Is this woman
Okay.
Wow.
Go to live chat. Oh, Jason.
This is important.
Yeah. I'll just.
My mom got called into work.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll just keep going because Jason was here for it, but was there for it. So, people, the pros, they're getting fucking waxed, left and right now. And there were a couple unfortunate souls who I killed and I thought were bots. They weren't bots. Because they spectated me. I would have bet money that they were bots, judging by their names, but no, they were real people, and it fucking threw me for a loop.
No, probably Smurf accounts.
No, because it was like it was like cheesy.
Yeah, they're
fucking
probably
child
actual
names.
people with Smurf accounts. Yeah, Smurf accounts. Like a dumbass, like they make an account a dumbass name because they don't care about losing it if they get caught.
I don't know. Point is, this season's actually going pretty good so far. If it wasn't for the fact that
For the first 9 days until building comes back, and then we're not gonna have fun no more.
Alright, man.
We have tanks now. The tanks will take care of that. Like they learned absolutely nothing from.
They add tanks the moment they took building away. Yeah. Hello, my name's Connor.
They don't learn anything from like the fucking mechs or anything. Hey, let's make a good decision and then a dumbass decision to override that good decision.
Literally every single weaponized vehicle they have added has been bad. Broken.
Yeah.
Like, for the love of God, stop with weaponized vehicles. We don't need them. Every time you put them in, it ruins everything. Didn't mean to cut you off there, sir.
There is a decent cooldown on the tank fire, I will say that. Not the machine gun, but the tank fire.
Yeah, but
there is cooldown on the machine gun.
I haven't tested the cooldown on the machine gun, that's why.
It's about like maybe 5 seconds.
Okay, that's a decent amount of time, I'd say.
Yeah, that's
between 3 to 5 seconds for sure.
Yeah, that's overheat though. If you like tap it and like stop at certain intervals between firing, you can keep it pretty consistent.
You know me, that ain't my style.
Yeah, and for the delay between tank shot, that, like, I guess that could be seen as a positive, but the damage that's there is what'll probably kill it. Like, I don't know what a direct hit from it would be, but I'm assuming it'd be pretty bad.
Yeah, now Prowler being here. Oh my god. I just had a horrible thought.
What?
Prowler being here more than confirms Miles Morales coming. What if when Miles Morales comes, they bring back the web shooters?
I'm not playing that fucking season.
Either that or there'll be like a purchasable. Like a purchasable bundle.
Yeah, you can buy him from him.
No, I mean like a purchasable bundle, Miles Morales.
Oh.
I don't care if someone does buy me that season, I'm still ain't playing it. Not because I hate Miles Morales, I don't like those web shooters.
Like, okay, here's my question though. When build comes back, which more than likely, let me finish. When it comes back, what'll happen to the 50 free shield that everyone gets at the start of matches?
It'll go away.
So That would stay.
It'll probably go away.
No, sprint, and vaulting, that'll probably stay the same. They'll probably stay in there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't add that many new game mechanics only to take them away 10 days later.
They literally took away building just so they can steal tax sprint from COD and put it in their game. That is the whole reason.
Yeah. I should probably bring up chat on my phone just in case, because I don't know if chat's gonna work on this.
You know, we could always talk about the new Fortnite season on Slice of Life.
Yeah, the little window into what's to come next time on the Slice of Life podcast, which is our secondary podcast.
Same channel, though.
We could talk about, like, future predictions, things like that.
Now that...
I'd say it'd take up an hour.
Yeah. Now that all three of us have played the new season of Fortnite, and we kind of jumped off of this channel when last season started, so we can give our thoughts on that. And considering you and me have both played Vanguard, we can give our thoughts on that. A whole bunch of stuff we can talk about.
Yeah.
Let me just run a chat test real quick.
Figured Muggs would be here by now.
Yeah. Nah, he's too busy editing special effects for the Flash movie. Not joking, Jason, by the way. Not joking about that.
I know.
Muggs does film special effects, and he just got fucking hired to do the freaking Flash movie that's coming to fucking theaters.
Next year.
Yeah.
So I know why they did Doctor Strange.
Are you sure you want to talk about it here or save it for...
I'll save it for the podcast, but I think I have a theory why.
Alright.
Don't forget.
Oh, I doubt he'll forget. So, with small talk out of the way, time to get into the nitty-gritty. Who wants to start us off? Anyone? Anyone at all?
I will. So, my dad was a bit of a prankster back in his younger days. Especially with his brothers. So, his brother Michael, my uncle, back when they were kids, I think it was my great-grandfather that had kind of like this electric fence for some reason. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. But no, I think it might have been my grandpa's. I don't know. I don't remember. The point is, my dad took it and wrapped it around my grandpa's chair to try and get my brother, his brother, my uncle, Michael, because he was getting ready to sit in it or something. And his dad ended up sitting in it. And it shocked him. He chased my father around for a good 15-20 minutes and then beat the shit out of him.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Just imagine, if you will, you're going to sit in your chair peacefully and you get fucking shocked because of an electric fence. was wrapped around your chair.
Wow.
And he knew it was my dad. He took one look and was like, I'm coming for you, motherfucker.
Like, how did he hide it, though? How did he hide it?
Wrapped it around the leg.
Oh. So it
The
was like...
bottom of the leg.
It was like the current was just going through the chair, huh?
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking Home Alone trap.
See, his mom used to beat him with a wire brush. He's like whenever we get spanked, he's like, you know, I could do it. My parents didn't hit you with a wire brush. I still got scars on my ass from the holes. See, the wire brush, when you would spank with it, it would puncture.
Ooh.
That's how hard my dad was being hit with it. Because it was the 60s. You were allowed to be a parent. I'm gonna just put it that way.
You know, that reminds me of the scene from this movie. So, who here has seen the show Gotham?
I've seen bits and pieces.
So the guy that plays Jim Gordon in Gotham was in this movie or show, and these two cops get a call of a domestic abuse call, and they go to they go to the house, both cops, and they knock on the door, and this woman opens the door, is like, "What can I do for you, officers?" It's like, "Yeah, we got a call about about a kid being abused in this property," and the kid's like, "Yeah, it was her, she beat me," and it's like, Are you sure about that, son? I was like, yeah, she beat me. And it's like, "What did you do to the child, ma'am?" And she explains, like, "Listen, he's been skipping school. Okay? He's been skipping school, so I took my belt off and I spanked him with my belt." And he's like, and the kid's like, "Yeah, that's right, she hit me. She abused me." And he's like, "Son, come here." The kid steps out, and he's like, "Let me see if I got this right. Your mother disciplines you, and you call the cops on her? You know what my mom would have done if I called the cops on her? Take off your belt. Take your belt off and hit him right now. If you don't do it, I'll do it myself."
You know what the funny thing is? Anytime I was a kid, my dad was like, "I'm gonna beat your ass. I'll call the cops." He'd be like, "Good, call them. I'll beat your ass before they get here, and then I'll beat your ass again when they leave." Now, the thing he would tell me, "You call the cops, they're gonna look at you and say, I'd beat your ass too." Another thing, I used to try and pull on him. He'd ground me, and then he'd wake me up for school the next day. I'm like, "I can't go to school. I'm grounded." He's like, "No, that's not how that works. Get your ass up."
Funny, I pulled the same thing once to my
One time, it was so bad, like I was fighting him, and I accidentally bumped his fucking chin and made his head shoot up. That was the biggest mistake of my life. He fucking slapped my arms back behind me, and I was at that point I was done. I'm like, "Okay, I'm done. I'll go to school."
Oh god. Anyway, Jason, you were saying?
Yeah, sorry, War Chief, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
That reminds me of a story I had with my mom. That I tried to pull that once too. I was grounded, for being a dumbass. I forgot what I was doing. But the next day she wakes me up for school, right? She's like, "Jason, time for school." I'm like, "I can't, I'm grounded." She's like, "Oh, Jason, if you only knew, you can never be grounded from school." I'm like, "I was hoping."
Sorry to dash your dreams.
Another good one. Another quick good one.
Ah.
So, I don't remember what I said to my father, but, didn't make him too happy. I went to bend over to pick something up, and I feel this littlest, tiniest tap on my ass. And the next thing I know, I'm flying 10 feet across the hallway.
Oh, shit.
And I just turn around and look at him with my eyes wide and shit, like freak the fuck out. And he just standing there smiling. I'm like, "How the fuck did you do that?" He just starts laughing.
He launched your ass with one hand. How do you feel?
No, a fucking boot.
Oh, a boot.
He was like, "You see, if you kick someone ass in just the right spot, they're gonna go flying."
Yeah, that is 100% true. Can't confirm.
Oh my god.
Okay, is it my turn or is it your turn, Kyle?
It is Nova's turn.
Let me. I could share one that everyone already knows, or I can try, or I can let you guys go again and give me some time to think of something new.
Well, maybe not everybody knows it, so say it.
That's true.
Yeah, might as well repeat it. It's been a few months.
Yeah, it is a pretty damn good story too.
I don't remember the
And
ones
I gotta
I've
say
told,
something real
so-
quick.
Oh, what?
Just gotta say something real quick.
Yeah.
That one of the stories I do have is probably one I have already told.
I don't know. We'll find. We'll
But
see.
not the first one. But not the first one.
So, I've shared this story before, but this is the perfect topic to discuss this one. It's also a very fun story to tell. So, this was I think 2.5 years ago ish, and I was chilling here playing video games with War Chief, and I hear the front door slam, followed by heavy fucking worker boots stomping across the floor. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, So I go back to playing my game. Next thing I know, I hear from outside my door my dad cussing up a storm. It's like, tell me to go fuck myself, huh, motherfuckers? I'll show you, you motherfucking pieces of shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, someone pissed him off? I hear the front door slam again. I'm like, okay, he's gone. And I think Warchie was like, what was that? I was like, I don't know. Something's going down. And then I hear him come back in from the back door. And he puts the bat. He puts something back, and he opens my door. And I don't know, I go out there and I'm like, what happened? What was all that about? I heard all this yelling, and he breaks it down. These 3 kids was throwing shit into the traffic on the road at passing cars. And they were being supervised by an adult, mind you. They were being supervised. But the guy was like,
This adult gave no fucks.
No, the guy's like, oh, maybe you guys should stop. I was like, nah, they just brush him off and keep throwing shit.
Okay, so guy's a pushover, got it.
Yeah. No control of his kids whatsoever. And my dad goes out and he's like, hey, you guys knock that shit off. Because that's what my dad's like. When he's passionate and mad about something, he will say it, whatever he needs to say, with force.
Oh, yeah.
And then these 3 little shits made the worst mistake of their lives. They turned around, flipped him off, and said, and I quote, "Go fuck yourself, old man." I don't know if they're still with us today.
And they have not been seen since.
All I know is that my dad stormed back in, grabbed a baseball bat from my grandparents' room, ran back out, and chased him for like half a block or 2. Bro, as soon as they saw him go through the front door with that bat, they hauled ass down the street with him in mighty quick pursuit.
I remember one time, I was in a party with you.
Well, I just want to add one last thing. My dad's been through extensive, 2 to 3 year rehab, right? I don't want to know what he would have done if he did, to those kids, if this wasn't the reformed him. I want you to know this.
Oh, they would definitely be dead.
So, I want to share something about Nova's dad. So, I'm in a party with this man one time, and his dad just comes in, and he's getting ready to walk back out. Nova starts cussing at the game. His dad, quick as shit, turns around. Are you fucking talking to me?
Yeah, that's the
Nova's
person
like,
he is.
No. He's like, are you getting fucking loud with me? No.
Yeah, hey Kyle, can I tell one about your dad too? I actually have one too.
Oh, if you know one, then go by all means.
It was when you guys still lived in the same town as me.
Hmm.
It was one of the times I was helping out your grandparents with their storage, you know?
Mhm.
And your dad was giving us a ride back and forth. I think it was one of the times I was riding with him alone. He points out, when we were driving by the apartments where I live at, he points out a guy I know that lived here at the time. He's like, man, if you weren't with me right now, go over to that motherfucker and kick his ass for flirting with someone else I know. I'm like, oh shit. Because he sees that certain woman as a daughter of his, and I'm like, oh boy.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I personally know the guy. Oh, you know what's really funny? As soon as I made sure I was clear distance away from him and made sure he wasn't in eardrop distance, I warned the dude and I haven't seen him since.
He moved to another town or something. He changed his name.
So I got
I've
one
not
that's
seen him
like
since.
that. I got one that's like
No.
that.
The last thing he wants to deal with is a freaking like fucking prison smart, like freshly dried of drugs redneck. Okay.
Yeah, and I swear Colin tell the
So-
truth.
I have one like that.
Uh,
So we used to have an ice cream truck. I used to live on a dead end street. You know, ice cream truck would come. You know, we had an ice cream man named Chuck. Everybody fucking loved him. He died. We had a new one started coming around, and we had a basketball net, and he backed into it and knocked it over. He looks, sees my dad staring at him from the window, getting ready to come outside. This motherfucker peels off and was never seen again.
Just took one look. Was like, oh god, it's him. Freaking guns it.
Then we got a new ice cream man, and then he stopped coming around because he was not making any fucking money. Like, I was the only person that would buy ice cream from the truck.
Mm.
Can
I
GPS
just?
in that vehicle. Wait for directions. Drive.
So, another one.
No, I just imagine he's
This
out
act-
like there's just this little girl just standing out there waiting for fucking like half an hour for the ice cream truck to show up. The ice cream truck drives up and about to open his freaking window, sees your dad's like, sorry kid, your money ain't worth an ass whipping, I'm out.
So I got a better one. Our old neighbor, when I lived at the house that I spent my childhood in, all that.
Mhm.
He had a fucking rat dog, a wiener dog, a dachshund. I call it a fucking rat dog because it's a rat. Anyway, he would let it run around in everybody's fucking yard. My dad would yell at him, there's a fucking leash law. If that was anybody else, the dog be taken the fuck away. Like, he'd get pissed about that shit. Cause why the fuck you letting your dog run in other people's yard? We don't let our dog. If our dogs even got out and ran in the field, because they didn't listen, we didn't have a fenced-in yard, it was a fucking problem for everybody. But their fucking dogs, it was fine. That was the problem my dad had. He was like, and it would shit in everybody else's fucking yard. So let's shit in our yard. And my dad seen it, and the guy was walking outside to get his mail. My dad was like, "You dog shits in my fucking yard one more time, I'm gonna kill the fucking thing." And him and my dad start going back and forth. And my dad's like, come fucking do something. My dad is now off of our sidewalk, off of our driveway in the middle of the street, waiting for this motherfucker to come try him. This motherfucker would lean in and yell at my dad, and his toes would stay on his lawn. He would not move. He would lean in, but he wouldn't move his toe.
So he was like leaning over the grass, like freaking just leaning,
he wouldn't move.
just leaning over dead man's land, just like.
This motherfucker is the biggest. My dad at the time was like 62. This guy was like probably 33. This motherfucker gotta go in his house and get a gun and put it in his back pocket. Me and my dad start making fun of the motherfucker. We're like, hey dad, 32-year-old man gotta go deal with the gun. Gotta go get a gun to deal with the 60-year-old. How about that?
Oh man.
We're sitting there, yeah, and it fits in his whole back pocket, little pussy boy with a pussy gun. It was probably like a fucking. It was. It might have been a 38. I don't know. But, see, my dad's the type. You pull a gun on him, he's like, "Fucking shoot me, I dare you." But. And then he goes over to the neighbors and starts bragging to him about what happened, and we just start laughing more because the two bitches of the block are now gossiping. The two fucking butt buddies.
Bitches of the block.
So, their names were Billy and Matt. My dad would always call the one guy Billis, and fucking... He'd probably call Matt Madison. I don't fucking know. They were girly boys to him. Because he, like, okay, so Billy's wife one day was shaving his back in the front yard, like, shaving his back in the front yard in front of the whole block. My dad goes, "Hey, come in the house with that shit. Don't nobody wanna fucking see that."
Oh, man.
Like, imagine, if you will, you outside, there's kids on the block, and they go outside and see a man getting his back shaved in his front lawn. What are you going to do?
Oh.
You're going to be scarred for life. Because you've seen a man getting his back shaved by his girlfriend in his front fucking yard, and you just came out there as a kid to mindlessly play a fucking game. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go play some bat. What's happening?
He's just sitting there like, aim it towards the kids.
No.
Hold on,
See, I would play bait.
Hold on. Gets up, partially pulls his pants part the way down so his ass crack shows. All right, now shave.
All right, so here's how.
Grab a tuft off the ground and blow it in the little kid's face.
On that block, my dad was feared.
I bet.
Nobody fucked with him. So
I bet.
The neighbors would always have a problem with me going outside and playing baseball. They couldn't come to my dad directly. They had to go to another neighbor so he could tell my dad that it was a problem. He was like, "Well, what the fuck's the matter? He ain't out there hurting nobody. He ain't out there getting any fucking trouble." Unbeknownst to him. Unbeknownst to him, I never told him if I got in trouble because of the consequences.
Yeah.
There is only one person in this world that my dad will back down to, and that's his own mother.
My dad backed down to nobody.
Well,
literally the only person he'll back down to.
The only person my dad probably feared was God.
Go ahead, Jason.
So, okay, yeah, Jason.
yeah. It's funny you should mention how the worst fear is the mother. That is my father's worst fear. His mother. And honestly, I don't blame him. She scares the shit out of me too. No joke. She is vicious. Fine example. One day, I kind of wanted to know a little backstory of the family. I'm like, "Hey Dad." He's like, "What's up, son?" "What was Grandma like when she was younger?" He gave me this dead look of fear. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have asked that. He's like, "You might want to sit down, son." So he tells me a story like that she was kind of a strict person. Well, more than kind of. She was very, very strict. Right? Meaning like, I ain't gonna have no little bitch for a son. He's gonna be a tough as nails son. If someone's gonna want to square off with him, he's gonna square off with him. Fine example. One day, my dad was getting bullied when he was a kid, right? The bully chased my dad home, and my grandmother at the front porch saw my dad running from the bully. As he's trying to run around, she grabs him and comes back. She's like, "What the fuck you doing? Go out there, kick his ass!" and throws him back at the bully. I'm like, what the fuck?
I got a story about my dad's mom.
So she's like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing? You turn your little ass around, and you go fucking kick his ass. I swear to God. If you don't kick his ass, I'll kick your ass. That's what I'll do."
And the bully's like, "What the fuck?"
All right, War Chief, the floor is yours.
Like,
so my dad's
hold on. Jason had something to add. What was that?
I wasn't quite done yet.
Oh.
The moral of the story was that Dad's like, I don't know whose face had more fear after seeing my mom act like that, the bully or me.
So
because they both pissed themselves.
Oh, okay. So my dad's mom, tough as nails, just like my dad. Probably where he got it from. Anyway, my dad went to parochial school. A lot of Italians grew up Catholic. He went to parochial school with the nuns and shit. And, one day the nun slapped him on the hand with the ruler for no reason. Told his mom. My grandma goes up there. She wasn't scared of the nuns. The nuns were scared of her. She goes up to the nun that hit him and goes, "You ever put your hands on my son again, I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna put my hands on you." My father was never touched again. Well, with the look, that sounded weird. He was not molested. Okay, let me just clarify that. He was never hit with the ruler again. Let me word it that way. Because I know some of y'all hear nun and fucking parochial school and go, "Oh, I know where this is going." No. My dad would have knocked the fuck out of a priest. Okay.
Heads out the gutter, you little bastards.
Now,
I'd like to.
So after parochial school, he went to a school called Cody High School. It's in Detroit, and he wasn't learning nothing because in parochial school you have higher education. Like they're teaching him shit in 9th grade that he learned in parochial school in like 5th, 6th grade. He's like, "Give me the test right now, I'll fucking pass it. You can graduate me. You ain't teaching me nothing." He passed it, and the teacher got pissed because he passed the test. He was like, "No, you fucking cheated. I'm not passing you." How you get pissed because somebody's smarter than you?
You're a teacher. You're supposed to mold the young. This one was already molded. Your work is done.
His work was never started.
Oh man, so I'd like to let me think about shit. I want to change gears to like, because you know, I don't really have many stories about my grandmother and my dad and how they.
Well, if you need to think, I could.
I have one.
I could tell the one I told you a couple weeks ago about the why he had to be followed.
We'll go Jason then you. I feel like I might need that time.
Okay.
Mine's just short story, War Chief, so don't worry about it. It's short but funny.
I better fucking laugh then.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways. See, I made him laugh. I passed.
No, it was.
You made Nova laugh. You ain't make me laugh.
You still have work.
And tell my story. Well, one day I woke up, right? I was in Nevada. My dad walks in my room, right? And he's like, "Jason, you need to apologize to your grandmother right now." I'm looking at him confused. I'm like, I just woke up. Do I need to apologize for being alive? He's like, no, you need to apologize for spilling all that Kool-Aid from the fridge. You put it way too close to the edge, so when she opened the door, it spilled all over her. I'm like, oh,
nice
crap.
going, genius.
I'm like, oh crap, I'm dead. Cause it's the same grandma.
Are we talking
I'm so dead.
Are we talking like single digit fucking years of age or?
He said he was like 10.
No, I was 15. Still scared shitless.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he said 10 years ago.
Yo ass 15.
I said years. I said years ago.
Oh.
I didn't say 10 years ago. I said years ago.
Oh.
So you were like 15?
Well, yeah, it really was 10 years ago though. Then
You
because I
were
am 25.
yo ass was about 15 and you still put shit too close to the edge in fridges? I
Let me finish the story.
Rub my beard in suspicion.
Let me finish the story. So there it was, out of pure fear, right? Because I know what my grandmother's capable of. And I'm scared to walk in that room and get my ass whooped. So I'm walking as if I'm gonna meet the Grim Reaper all the way to my grandmother's word. I took like a good 5 minutes for like 5 steps. Thinking I'm dead. I knock twice very slowly. Heart beating fast. Scared shitless. She's like, in a very kind voice, come in, Jason. I'm like, what?
She knew it was you. She was waiting.
Like before.
Wait.
No,
I'm not done.
Just real quick. It's like that scene in a movie when the fist just barely reaches the door and just seconds before the knock happens, like, enter. What the fuck? Alright, go ahead.
It was at that point
She smelled your fear.
Yeah, but it was at that point I realized something was a little up. Because, here's the deal. If my grandmother was pissed at me, she would downright say it. She'd be like, get your ass in here. Instead, she was being all sweetly saying, come in, Jason. When she saw the fear on my face, she looked confused. She's like, what's up with you? I'm like, Grandma, I am so sorry. I put the Kool-Aid too close to the thing. She's like, Jason, do me a favor. What? Get out of my way. Goes over to my dad and knocks the fuck out of him. Turns out my dad pulled a prank on me and it backfired on his ass.
It's like,
it was Dad who did it.
she's just like, I know you ain't passing blame on your son.
She was like, all right, you know what?
Face. I'm like, oh shit, that could have been me.
She just knocks him onto the floor. She spits on the floor. Now clean that up. Oh god.
So, alright, now, my dad, back in 70s, 80s, worked,
the better times.
He worked in vending. He did the vending machines for the federal building.
Is this a story that I think I know is coming?
It is.
Oh, so, Jason, this is a good one.
In Detroit, we have this building called the McNamara Federal Building, and my dad and his buddy played a little prank. My dad had a M80 firecracker, and they decided they were gonna light it and throw it down the elevator shaft. And when it blew, it shook the whole fucking building. This man was followed around by a security guard. They found out it was them. They were both followed around by security guards. So the rest of the time they were employed by that vending company.
Oh,
wow.
God.
Players.
Freaking shook the whole fucking venue.
They almost brought the fucking building down.
They're like, shit, it was just an M80. What the fuck is down there? Oh, God.
Paper mache.
I guarantee my dad would kill me if he knew I was telling these stories. He's probably sitting up there like, motherfucker, you weren't supposed to tell nobody this shit.
You go to heaven, he's like, so, I hear you've been telling people shit. He's just sitting up there like, I've been waiting 70 to 80 years for this, you little bastard.
No thanks, I'm gonna slip off to hell.
Oh, God.
Why? Why slip off to hell? So I can deal with my mother some more?
Actually, I prefer heaven.
So I never told anybody many stories about my mother. This bitch is insane. So
honestly, I don't think I've heard any story about.
Don't like my mother. Don't like my mother.
Oh, then
Not
Jason.
a good relationship.
Jason, you're gonna have a blast with these stories then.
So she was very domestic violent.
I'm just gonna put these
Towards
right
the
here
end
on the
of the
screen.
relationship, she'd get drunk every night, always threatened me and my father. She threatened to have a bomb put under the car, so for a period of time, every time we went to leave the house, we had to check under the car and on the engine for a bomb.
She knew
But,
how to make said explosives.
She knew how to make said phone call to have said explosives. But she didn't know anybody. She was just blowing smoke up on that. She didn't fucking know, and she didn't know anybody. But she kept threatening to kill us in her sleep. And my dad noticed his tomahawk was missing. And one day she comes in my room drunk with a baseball bat and swings at me. So I disarm her. And, you know, because I'm in fucking, like, I see the bat get swung at me. And I'm immediately in go mode. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna let somebody split my fucking head with a wood baseball bat. I don't care if it's my mom. I'm gonna disarm the motherfucker. So I disarm her. You know, I have her thrown up against the wall because I'm in that mode. Like I can't stop.
Yeah, you were
like,
in.
This is fight or flight.
Yeah, you were in ass kick mode.
And like I'm like, get the fuck out of my room. Get the fuck out of my room. Like, and she won't get out of my room. And she tries assaulting me more, so I start dragging her out of my room. And my dad's like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, Mom just tried to hit me with a baseball bat. He's like, I'm calling the fucking cops. I'm tired of this shit. And she calls her mother, my grandma, to play victim, who I was very close with until this happened. Because she would start shit and then call her mother and play victim. And, so my grandma calls me right when the cops arrive, and she's like, you know, don't let them take your mom, don't let them take your mom. I'm like, Grandma, I gotta go, the cops are here. I can't control what they do, it's not in my power. I know she fucking resented me, but, you know, she passed away now, she knows what really happened, hopefully. But anyway, they put me in the back of a car for my safety. No, I'm not fucking scared, you know. Because my dad ended up telling him that his tomahawk was missing and she may have it. So they go in the house. There's like 5-6 cops. They all go in the house, guns drawn, because the tomahawk will go through it'll go through their vest. It'll cut through their fucking vest like butter. She in the bathroom. She hiding in the bathroom thinking they're not about to rip her out of there. See, she thinks if she in the bathroom, she gonna be safe because they're gonna let her finish what she's doing. They rip her out of the bathroom with her pants around her ankles, pull her pants up, take her out to the car. When it's all over, it dawns on me, and I look under the couch because she was sleeping on the couch. Guess what I find under the couch?
What?
The fucking tomahawk. She had it, and she could have used it at any time. I'm
But-
like, Dad, guess what I found? And I pull the tomahawk out. He's like, are you fucking serious?
Wow.
He
Yep.
wasn't scared at all. He just had a look like kind of like a look like, what the fuck didn't I think of that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, she would manipulate the system. She was real good at manipulating the system because they would bring in psychiatrists and things to give her mental evaluations, and she would pass them because she would manipulate them. And she would get sent here. She would have to be sent here because there would. So all her family would get mad. My dad eventually kicked her out, all that shit. And all of her sisters and brothers got mad. But they wouldn't fucking take her in either. For the same shit. How the fuck you gonna get mad at us? Like, there were so many times I had to wake her up because she was passed out with a fucking cigarette. And I'm like, you're gonna burn the fucking house down. And I'm gonna leave your ass here. Sorry, but I've done all I can do. I remember one day, I got tired of her falling asleep with fucking cigarettes in her mouth. So I took the cigarette out of her mouth and she woke up, and I looked at her and snapped in half. And then I took her carton of cigarettes and I threw them on the ground and started stomping on them, and she's like, you motherfucker! I'm like, nope, you done until you stop falling asleep with these motherfuckers in your mouth. Because, you know, she was an alcoholic, shit like that. And my dad just got sick of it. Like, she hid it from him for... They were together 31 years. She probably hid it from him for a good 20, 25 years.
So,
Wow.
you sharing stuff about yo mama got me thinking that I haven't really shared any stories about my mama with the two of you.
Oh boy, I know a few.
I know one.
I think I know what one you're gonna start with too.
Are you ready for this crazy bitch?
Casman's big crappy. Just kidding.
What the fuck was that?
South Park song.
Oh.
Yeah, he was singing Kyle's mom's a bitch.
Yeah.
Did
So,
that from his grandmother once. She almost beat the crap out of me.
so I remember a few things. One of them I know for sure I have not shared with you guys, but one of the big one, I'm going to start with the big one first.
Okay.
So I want you to imagine, if you will, that you are a 4 to 5 year old child who has been pretty much raised in his grandma's house with his mom and dad staying there with grandma and grandpa, you know. And everything's like it's like any other day. So you're laying there with your grandma, watching TV, little fucking you. And next thing you know, your mother comes into your room, picks you up like the infant you are, walks out the front door, and it's at this point you realize, where the fuck am I going? Congratulations, Scamp, you have officially been kidnapped by your own mama.
Oh, I remember this one, oh boy.
I have no idea how she managed to slip by, because, you know, my dad is one angry redneck. I don't know how she managed to escape. It's like trying to escape fucking Michael Myers. It's impossible.
Damn, I didn't know we had the same dad.
But yeah, I ended up in her custody for like.
Didn't you say it was like almost 24 hours?
No, I think it was like 4 months.
Oh
About.
shit.
Yeah. Because she like in those times, what I remember is hotels mostly.
Yeah, staying under the radar. Can't stay in one place long because of what the fuck you've done.
Friends' apartments. And one of which, and this is where one of the details I never shared with you. The apartments were ghetto. How
Section
ghetto?
8.
How ghetto? They were ghetto enough that someone got freaking blasted with a shotgun in front of their apartment.
Wow.
And that is one of the main reasons why I jump at real loud noises. Just an indented memory in my head of a loud-ass shotgun blast from outside the front door of an apartment. I don't remember the event myself, but apparently it left its mark. Someone
Speaking of,
actually got freaking, like, slaughtered with a shotgun in front of the apartment complex.
that was my dad's weapon of choice.
Oh, no.
So, never seen him use it, but, well, never seen him use it on anyone. Let me just make that clear. No.
Can I
this
just
is back in like
can I
the
just
80s.
finish? Can I just finish one thing first?
Oh, I thought you were done. I thought you
No.
were done.
Because I still have to get to the fucking happy ass ending where
Oh yeah.
eventually found out thanks to my mom didn't really have any family, really. But my grandfather had 3 daughters and an ex-wife, all of which despised this bitch. And they took it
I
upon...
fucking hate her, I tell you what.
Pretty much. And they took it upon themselves to scour the town, keeping eyes out for her. And once found, oh boy, the amount of money she got squeezed out of in terms of freaking court cases, paying off lawyers, and the sum that she owed us after we fucking won. Along with a restraining order that said not a certain amount of feet, but not to be in the same, basically not even to be in the same town as me. Ooh, that is tasty. Alright, you may continue.
Okay, so this is back maybe late 70s, I don't know. My dad just gets a new truck, and this is when he was with his ex-wife. Pulls in, he's over there. Here's a bang. This is a brand new fucking truck, like maybe a week old. Someone hit it. He is furious. He goes in the back, pulls away a tarp. There's a sawed-off shotgun in the back. He picks it up, puts it up against this guy's face, and goes, "Get the fuck out of the car right now before I blow your motherfucking head off."
Oh yeah.
I don't know how scared this motherfucker was. I don't know if he's still with us. The story ended there.
So, wait, so it was just some random guy got in the car and
Yeah,
busted the
some
car?
fucking drunk motherfucker or something.
Well, I mean, at that
Tell you
point,
another one.
if someone just enters your car, you
No,
would be
he hit the
defensive.
car. Like,
Oh,
he hit the car with his car. Yeah, and it was new, and my dad was pissed because he hears a bang from in the house, and he looks out the window and seeing someone hit his fucking car that's new, like a week or a month old, some shit like that. It was the 70s. Nobody gave a fuck.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway, I got another one. My sister's back when MySpace came out. You know, they were on there, and my dad made a MySpace to keep an eye on them, you know? Because, you know, teenage girls, they do stupid shit. My one sister would always give out the address to random people. And, one day, you know, my dad's sitting, and he sees somebody run by the house. He knows they're not supposed to be here. He goes, gets the shotgun. The guy is in the process of climbing through one of the windows, and when he looks up, he is met with the shotgun.
Hey, how you doing? Pulls back the hammer. we talking
No,
sawed off? We talking pump?
Hammer. It ain't have no hammer. It was a 12 gauge.
12 gauge.
Nice.
Slug rounds too.
Ooh, nice. Get the added range in case the fucker starts running.
My dad goes, "Get the fuck out of here! I'll blow your fucking face away." He said he never seen somebody crawl out of a window and run away quick. He said, "I think he fucking shit himself too, because when he was running, he was walking a little funny, kind of like he had something in the back of his pants."
Did your dad have a strong conversation with your sister about that shit?
Oh yeah. Now, here's another one involving that same sister. Some guy at school hit on her or something, and she kicked him in the balls so hard he pissed blood for a week. My dad heard about this. My dad had a paddle with everybody's name on it that he hit with it. It was a homemade paddle.
Oh.
And anytime he hits you with it, he put a tally mark by your name. Every spank you got, it was like, let's say he hit you 16 times. You didn't get 16 tallies, you got one tally, and he just hit you until he felt you learned your lesson.
Hey, Mugs in the chat. How you doing, Mugs?
Okay, so, like, my dad, let's say he hits you 5 times. You don't get 5 tallies, you get 1 tally next to your name. If this is the second time he hits you, you get the first tally. The first is your actual name going on the paddle. Now, he was hitting he would tell us, bend over, grab your ankles. You grabbed your ankles because that's how you absorb the pain. You just grabbed your ankles harder the more it hurt.
Oh, wow.
He was going to fucking town on my sister. He was hitting her so hard. Like, the 16th hit, the paddle fucking snapped in half.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
This was a hardwood paddle. You know what this motherfucker does?
Huh.
Puts the tally mark by her name and tapes that motherfucker together. Her sister's boyfriend and her steal it, they snap it in half, and then they throw it on the top of the Firestone that we lived by. Years later, he got a new paddle. You know what he did with that one?
Same thing?
Each side had one of my nephew's names on it.
This side's for you, and this side's for you.
One side said Bradley, the other side said Skylar.
Each side had a designated ass to hit. Did he still do the tallies, or what did he do?
No.
It was just designated asses then.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, to change subjects from dads and moms, I would like to share a story. Well, not really a story,
Well,
but to
I don't have any
explain.
grandparent stories because
To
I only met one of my grandparents.
Not a grandparent story, and I want to share with people the kind of person that my uncle is. Let me put it this way. Remember how I said my dad went to rehab?
Yeah.
Well, my dad and my uncle were in the same boat, except my uncle never went to rehab.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
And also, he is not mentally well. Here's one of the crazier things that he's done, okay? First off, a description of my uncle.
Uh-huh.
Picture a character in a Rob Zombie movie. That is pretty much what my uncle looks like.
No, but you did not.
Boris Strong?
That's what he looks.
You put fucking M80s by my name.
I was wondering when you'd look at it. Thanks, Muggs. Muggs,
Why does that say M800?
I don't know. Packed with more powder. Who knows? Anyway. But yeah, picture my uncle.
Actually, those kind of look like the ones my dad had.
But like, picture my uncle as someone in a Rob Zombie movie. Freaking bony,
Well, time out. No,
gray, unkempt beard. What?
that's the same brand my dad would buy.
What? No! No way!
No, it was either that one or Phantom Fireworks. I don't know. It was one of the two.
Thanks, Muggs. Thumbnails are always fire, thanks. This one actually took about 30 minutes. Mainly because I had to make everything from scratch aside from the chairs, coffee mugs, and microphones. Anyway. So, yeah, my uncle was pretty much a Rob Zombie character in a horror movie. But, and funny thing is, he's actually a fan of Rob Zombie, but...
Small thought.
What?
My dad was friends with Rob Zombie on MySpace.
Ah.
They actually had a couple conversations, too.
Hmm. Neat. But yeah, my uncle was also...
he liked a few of Rob Zombie's pictures, and Rob Zombie randomly just sent him a friend request.
Huh. That's interesting. Early days of social media. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I think on my dad's MySpace back in the day, he was friends with Ron White. At some point. Random.
I want to know whatever happened to Tom. Tom from MySpace.
Tom, the default MySpace friend.
Yeah, dude.
He's just down on his luck, just sitting in a decrepit
Hold on, I'm gonna
freaking
Google
chair.
that shit.
No, he's just in a ripped up chair. He's like, where did all my friends go? Okay, bit of a sidebar. What is Tom doing these days?
Let me look.
Oh, God.
Tom Anderson was the co-founder of the social networking site, but sold the business to News Corp for a huge $580 million, around 408 million euros in 2005 before retiring in 2009. What has he been up to since?
Bro, there's just a picture. There's just a picture of him standing next to Alice Cooper.
Okay, well, the 50-year-old lives in Hawaii and appears to be leading an amazing life as a travel photographer, exploring the world and sharing his beautiful snaps from exotic destinations such as Thailand, Bhutan, and the Maldives on his Instagram and Twitter accounts. Named at MySpace Tom, the entrepreneur doesn't quite have as many followers as he did in his MySpace days, well, yeah, that's because you forced everyone to be your friend. But does have an impressive 637,000 fans admiring his impressive photography, so he is a photographer now.
Huh. Freaking mugs in the chat. One of my friend's dads hosted Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson on stage. Bro, you're editing movies and you have friends whose fathers hosted rock
hold on, this is a question
stars.
for Muggs. Muggs, do you know who Gordie Howe is? Please tell me you know who at least Gordie Howe is.
Gordie Howe. Oh.
Hockey player.
Yeah.
Did he say yeah?
It takes a second.
There is like a 20-second.
He's from Canada. He played for the Red Wings like his whole career. Given that Muggs is from Canada, I had to ask if he knew.
He gave a very enthusiastic yes.
My dad, one of his relatives, they would have dinner with Gordie Howe every Saturday or Sunday. I don't remember who it was, but they would have dinner with Gordie Howe every Saturday or Sunday.
Everyone has connections, but I'm over here just fucking sitting here. Nothing. The only
connection you have is your grandparents meeting Danny Lubbock.
And me going to fucking
people I know is either War Chief or Pokey.
And me going to film camp under freaking John Travolta's brother Joey. And that's about it. That's about it.
If Muggs knows who Ted Lindsay is, if he knows who Gordie Howe is, he has to know who Ted Lindsay is. My dad.
Muggs replied, "I don't know him in person, but he knows Sidney Crosby."
Nice. Ted Lindsay, I actually met him when I was a kid, and pretty sure he even remembered my dad, because my dad also met him multiple times from his relatives having dinner with Gordie Howe. I'm pretty sure Ted went over there a couple times too.
Okay. Can I actually talk about my fucking mentally insane fucking uncle now?
Yeah, because I also have a mentally insane relative I will talk about next.
We are stretching into the world of hockey, of which I have no knowledge in. Okay, so yeah. Like, to put a description of my uncle, very bony face with a unkempt, graying beard, you know? Long, fucking stringy brown hair. Like I said, think of any fucking character, from like male character, from a Rob Zombie movie, and he would match them. One of the craziest things I have seen him do, it was recent too, like everything I'm about to say about him is from the past like 2 years that he's like showed up and stayed here.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. I know some of these. Oh god.
So the first thing is that he has this girlfriend, in quotations, girlfriend. And they are both unwell, I shall say. And she knows this other guy, who also likes her. And they've been kind of fighting amongst each other about it. One day, my grandmother shares this story with me when I wake up in the morning, that my uncle got into his car, which, by the way, he didn't have fucking plates for, and sped after her in her, while she drove off. And I don't mean like they were like following each other. No, they were chasing each other, gunning it down the street. Pretty sure up the highway. Like they were reaching like like in the hundreds, I'd say, in terms of speed.
God.
Another thing about my uncle, he has a like, I guess you could say, Rambo knife style Bowie knife that he keeps tucked in a sheath in the back of his pants at all times. All times. So yeah, that's he's a bit, you know, like like he also threatened to fucking beat the shit out of this guy. So this my uncle's kind of a tragic guy in a way. He lost, like, he broke up with his previous wife, who, you know, got custody of my cousins, who, you know, I used to hang out with a lot as a kid, and I got a story about her that I'm gonna fucking save for later because she is also fucking batshit crazy. Pretty much anything, all the people around my uncle are fucking insane. Let's put it that way. So, my uncle hooked up with this other girl. They had a kid. They had 2 kids. And she left him, took the kids, and went to her dad, who was a hippie, peace, love, and also a backstabbing lawyer kind of person. And she is currently seeing this other guy. Should make a cartoon with the same animation that you use for your thumbnail. I wish I could. Freaking animate it. I do want to do highlight videos for this channel. Thoughts?
Yeah, we could maybe
grab the best bits of this show and upload them.
Sure.
I already have one in mind for the fast food, from the fast food podcast. I'll save that for later. I'll do that later. But yeah, he threatened to go down and beat this motherfucker's face in, like full on fucking curb stomp this motherfucker till he busts his teeth up into his fucking jaw. He also likes to steal from the house, actually, to the point where now, when there's no one home and we have to leave the house, we have to lock our doors and windows.
That's lovely.
Ain't it, though? Well, that's pretty much all I have on my uncle. My uncle he means well, but he crazy.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Alright, this is the last one I got, though.
Alright.
And I'm switching grandmas. Now it's time for my mother's side of the family. Even though she has very little to do with the story, it involves her brothers, and it's actually pretty good. Like, when my grandmother was little, she got a dog, right?
Yep.
And she took well care of the dog. Meaning, like, she's the one who fed it, cared for it, gave it baths, cleaned up the dog shit, everything like that. A perfect dog owner. And you're not gonna believe what happened. Her two of her 4 elder brothers, Frank and Bobby, got dogs of their own too. They took care of the dogs too, except for one thing. The shit.
Really?
And one day, their mom, my Gigi, great-grandma, went like, hey, clean up your dog's shit or we're getting rid of the dogs. They're like, okay. You're not gonna believe what they did.
Got rid of the dogs.
Nope. Breaking Bobby grabbed shovels, scooped up the dog shit, and tossed it over to the nearest side of the fence.
Tossed it where?
Side of the fence to the neighbor's backyard.
Wow. Like,
So like, she just busted up laughing. Don't know why.
huh?
Then a couple minutes, the neighbor was trying to throw it back.
It's like, oh, the fuck you ain't. Starts flinging shit back over the fence.
Until the neighbor finally enough goes to the front door, knocks on it. The mother answers. He's like, "Why didn't you tell your sons to stop throwing shit in my yard?" I found that seriously hilarious.
I actually,
I'm like, well, that's one way to get rid of it.
yeah, I actually have a few that my dad shared with me about his childhood with my uncle, and a few from my grandparents back in the day when they were younger. But War Chief, you said you had a family member that you wanted to talk about.
I think this was my dad's uncle, and he
You guys keep
stole
going, I'll be right
his
back.
Yeah. Okay.
grandfather's, not my dad's grandfather's, my dad's uncle's grandfather. Talking about from my dad's uncle's perspective, he stole his grandfather's M1 Garand
What?
and went on a fucking rampage.
What?
This man, the cops were called because he was going batshit.
Yeah, and it kind of helps that he's flailing a fucking M1 Garand around.
He shot 4 Detroit cops.
The fuck?
He killed 2 of them. He shot one in the head, shot one in the throat, shot one in the leg, I think, and then shot one in the side, I think.
What
I
was
don't
the?
know. 2 of them died,
Okay.
and they brought him in, and they overdosed him in his cell.
Really?
Because he had medication he had to take, and he wasn't taking it, which is why he went crazy. The cops fucking overdosed him in his cell because he killed 2 other cops and injured 2 others.
Wow. And here I thought it was just the cops going, oh, let's see. It was missing a few days. We should probably make up for that by throwing a few more in you. Like,
No, they intentionally overdosed him to get back at him.
yeah. Death or
Yeah, death. Dead.
Jesus.
They killed him.
Bruh.
They gave him a lethal dose.
Your family's fucking nuts.
We're Italian.
I don't. Is that an excuse?
Have you not met an Italian family?
Not in person,
This ain't
no.
nothing. This ain't nothing.
Oh my god, you got one that's worse? How?
Not my family.
Oh.
I'm just saying, Italian families are just fucking crazy.
Wow.
Like, I have some stories I'm not gonna talk about because I swore to my dad I'd keep them secret.
You don't want him to kick your ass in fucking heaven, now, would you? Holy
I'm a man of my
shit.
word. Now,
You guys
It
don't mind
was-
if I eat, do you?
What?
I don't give a shit.
No one cares.
Okay.
Bro, you
Now,
just...
there is
you-
one.
Jason, you just missed a fucking crazy story.
I'll check it out later.
I don't know.
I can
ca-
retell it, it ain't no big deal.
Okay, but abridge it a little bit, because I want to get this man's reaction to this shit.
So, my dad's uncle. I'm telling it from my dad's uncle's perspective. It's not my dad's grandfather, it's my dad's uncle's grandfather. So, my dad's uncle stole his grandfather's M1 carbine, his M1 Garand, and he wasn't taking the medicine he was supposed to take. He was yelling at his wife, which is I think my dad's aunt, and the cops are called. He takes out 4 cops, 4 Detroit cops.
Wow.
Shoots one in the head, shoots one in the neck. Those 2 die. He shoots one in the arm and then one somewhere else. Those 2 live. They arrest him. And you know what they do to get back at him?
What?
They overdose him. In his cell.
Damn! Fuck.
I do have another one though. My dad was with his friends. Or something like that. And they got pulled over. No, I think it was just my dad. And he had a beer in the console, but it wasn't open. So he couldn't be charged for it. He's like, the cop's like, what's that? You got a beer over there? He's like, yeah. But it's not open. Cop reaches in, takes it, opens it, and dumps it in the street. Now it is.
Oof.
Asshole.
My dad looks at him like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, Muggs, you got it right there. Bruh. Dirty ass cop.
They used to pick on my dad. My dad would just be driving, he'd look over, see a cop car, and they'd be pointing at him, and he'd read their lips, and they'd say, hey, there goes Anacello, let's go get him, let's go fuck with him.
Oh no. Was your dad afraid to fuck with cops?
No.
I didn't think so. Did not think
What
so.
happened when he had enough?
So, my dad, they threw him in the back of a car one time, and they drove him all the way out to Rouge Park, which is out of their jurisdiction. And they were getting ready to throw him a blanket party. You know what a blanket party is?
When they hold him down and beat the shit out of him?
Nah, they throw their jacket over you and then start hitting you with the nightsticks.
Hmm.
Oh.
Right before they could, a bunch of his friends pulled up. What the fuck you guys doing out here? Fuck you got him out here for, huh? You got a problem? Cops just fucking walked away.
How outnumbered were they?
There was maybe about 5 cops and maybe about 6 or 7 of my dad's friends, I don't know.
So, enough to double team at least 2 cops.
They were all gonna be... Let's just say...
Jesus. Let's just say it pays
Let's
to
just
have
say-
friends.
Let's just say if shit went down, those cops' wives would have been getting folded American flags. Every one of them.
Oof.
Thanks.
Wow. So, War Chief, thanks for the crime dramas that you've shared with us.
I got a lot more, but I can't tell him. I can't get permission
Honestly-
from the man because he's no longer...
Oof. So, I have 2 stories. One's funny, one's short and sweet. The short and sweet one is, when I was a kid, my dad bought a pellet gun. And was dumb enough to hand it to me. I was like 5, okay? 5 or 6. Now I couldn't do anything with it considering I was so small I couldn't fucking pull the slide on it, but it was like a pellet M9 pretty much. Very like a Beretta. And it was the kind of
9
pellet.
millimeter?
Yeah, it was the kind of where like you shoot it and they'd like scatter on the ground.
Yeah.
Freaking Mugs in the chat. Haha, gonna spoil the flash. Just kidding. Oh,
Fair
man.
not.
But anyway, So my dad sits me down, holding this pellet gun. He's like, "I want to tell you a story, and this is why."
Wait, hold on. Mugs, please spoil the Flash. I know someone who deserves it.
Don't. The chat saved to the channel. Don't do that.
Oh, I was gonna say it's Riley, but...
I mean, yeah, Riley does deserve it, but not here. Anyway. So, actually, no, we'll go on a tangent here. So, Riley pretty much spoils everything. Unwittingly, but he does it. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes unwittingly. Like, you want to know something funny. I tried... He's like, I would get fired, so no shit, I wouldn't tell you.
Nobody gotta know.
But, so, we were playing Among Us together. Me, War Chief, Jason.
No, because this motherfucker spoiled something for me and I got pissed and I wanted to get back at him.
Yeah,
what was it? What was it?
What was what?
What did he spoil? I'm trying to remember.
I know what it is. I know what it is, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for when I get to it. But
yeah.
No. Something he spoiled before this that I said was the last fucking straw.
Oh, what was it?
I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember what he spoiled.
I think it was something with
God of War.
No.
Oh.
I think it was something with... No, because I would tell him not to talk about a game. I haven't played it. He'd go, oh no, this isn't a spoiler. And then it'd be a fucking spoiler. I'm like, are you serious?
But like, he spoiled some for War Chief, and War Chief...
I think he spoiled something in Uncharted for me, I think.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's gotta be it.
Oh, wasn't it like he told you that everyone died?
No, that was somebody in my chat that tried to do that.
That was someone in your chat, right? But he spoiled something in Uncharted for War Chief, and that was the final straw. It was Uncharted
or something, I don't remember. If I remember, I'll get back to you. But he spoiled something that pissed me off because I hadn't played the fucking game.
Yeah, so War Chief tells me and our other friend Beaver's like, hey, you two are you're going to see No Way Home. When you're done watching No Way Home, go on his Twitter feed and spoil the fucking movie for him.
Actually, I might be able to find it while you're telling the story.
Right. And like, and he says if you, and he tells me and Beavers, not at the same time, but separately, he's like, if you spoil the movie for him, you get one gifted item from the item shop from Fortnite.
Or 1,000 V-Bucks.
Or 1,000 V-Bucks. And I'm like, you know what? Shit, I'll do it for myself. That sounds like fun. So I watched No Way Home.
Oh, it was Outlast 2. Oh,
it was some in Outlast 2, was it?
It was Outlast 2, I think. Hold on.
But yeah, so I see No Way Home with my friend Jason, and our other friend Herman. And it was so fucking good. And
without a doubt.
Yeah. And so we're playing Among Us like the very next day. And Riley is in the game playing with us. It was me, War Chief, Jason, Riley, our friend Glasses. Go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness before him and spoil it. There's an idea. But like, and a couple other, I think.
Oh
Gilpin.
yeah, it was Outlast 2. That was the last straw.
I think it was. I think Gilpin might have been there. I'm not entirely sure. I think Beavers was there though. So.
Was Demon there that day?
Yeah, Beavers.
Oh yeah, I called Demon. My bad.
We're about to call it a night, and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna bounce, but I have something important to say. And then I get real close to the mic, and I'm just like, Anime dies, bye, and I leave, and I'm like, now to wait for War Chief to message me. Minutes go by, and I'm like, huh, sure is taking a while.
Can I take over here, Kyle?
No.
Before you continue?
for the stuff I wasn't there
He
for.
was there.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yes. I was there.
Go ahead.
Oh boy. Literally not 20 seconds passed before it happened. I mean, after you left, that's when the big reveal happened. Big spoiler, the biggest spoiler he ever did. He's like, nah, I don't believe Nala. He could have easily got that from the Spider-Man game.
He said, funny, he spoiled something that happened in a 2018 game.
Yeah.
And then he
When
heard
I
me kick
noticed
my
that-
dresser twice.
No,
And
it was
he's
definitely silence for like 30 seconds when I was watching was speaking. Even though I was a character in game, I was running away from War Chief. I'm like, oh shit.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here before the bomb goes
terrified. Jason was terrified. Jason was fucking terrified.
Yeah.
I threatened this man.
Yes, you did.
He heard me kick my dresser twice, and immediate fear filled his voice. I'm like, if you ever fucking spoil something for me again, I'm gonna come to your house, and I'm gonna fucking kill you. I don't care, I will fucking kill you. His voice got shaky as fuck. He was like, I'm gonna go. Immediately left the party. He left the party and then left the actual group that the party was in.
He was afraid you'd message him in the party after he left. Bro, you made him.
The next day, he immediately apologized.
Oh, he fucking pissed himself, man. Oh,
See, I
fuck.
forgave him because I knew. After I calmed down, I knew it was a spur of the moment thing. But I'm still fucking pissed.
Well, here's the thing. War Chief didn't message me about it. I went back, I turned on my PlayStation, went back into party to wonder, hey, how'd I do? And then he lays this on me. I'm like, oh, shit.
So yeah, next time we're gonna, if we try to get Riley, we have to be more careful. Make sure he doesn't spoil something that's anything related to it.
Oh, God. This became...
I wasn't even thinking of what I was saying. I was just filled with anger and wanting to hurt this man so bad.
This man's inner demon came spilling out.
I physically told him I was gonna start the game soon. And then he pulls that shit. Like, anytime I'm talking about starting a game soon, he fucking spoils it or tries to spoil it. And I just fucking snapped. Like, he spoiled LA Noire for me. He's tried to spoil Arkham Knight for me multiple times, which I would have had already played if it wasn't stolen from me. He spoiled fucking Outlast 2. That turned out not to be a spoiler. But he tried to spoil Tomb Raider. He tried to... There's so many things this motherfucker has spoiled and tried to spoil.
Oh, man.
Like, when John was going to buy Borderlands 3, Riley was working the game section, and he spoiled the whole fucking game for him before he even bought it.
Wow.
He just wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. He would not let John leave to buy the game.
He's like, oh, you're gonna play Borderlands 3? I know all about that game. That's when you clap
what happens in Borderlands 3.
That is when you clamp your hands over his mouth, like, shut, not a thing come out of your mouth. I swear to God, I don't care about the security cameras. I will end you behind I will jump over this counter. I swear to God. The man needs a freaking lock and key for his fucking lips. With a freaking prison guard on standby to watch every word that comes out. Anyway, this got completely sidetracked. I started with a freaking story about fucking my dad.
It did.
So, I said the story was quick too. That's the funny thing. So my dad...
Hold on, let me just search in my conversation with... Let me search keywords in a conversation with Gilpin.
Mm.
I'm gonna search the keywords Riley spoiled and see what comes up.
But anyway, so my dad shared the story with me about how when they were younger, they had a pellet gun that they would play with in the backyard all the time. One day, my dad nails my uncle right in the ass with it. A pellet gun.
Wow.
As soon as the pellet shattered, it got embedded in his fucking ass cheek.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Like I said, the pellets were made to shatter on impact. So there's my grandma with tweezers pulling out the little fucking pellets out my uncle's ass cheeks. Berating my dad at the same time. You see the shit you have me fucking doing? This is why you don't fucking play with that shit.
That sounds like your grandma. I don't even know your grandma. Just the shit I hear in the background, that sounds like your grandma.
Oh, definitely. That is definitely her. I can't confirm it, and I do know her.
Oh, man. And now I have a story about my grandfather, a night at a bar, and a car.
Oh god. Oh god. Is this the last one of the night?
Unless you two have one.
I have more, but I don't want to fill up a whole podcast with all of them.
No, you can, you have many more, but you can, pick one. Pick one while I'm saying this one.
Okay.
So, my grandfather used to be an alcoholic. He had a trucker friend named Russ who would always bring beer by when he was in town, when he was done with his fucking big rig fucking, job. He once took me and my grandfather on one of his little drives. He had the thing about trucker fucking semis is that they actually have a bed, a mini fridge, TVs all in the back of that in the back of that semi truck.
They live there. They live there because they're always on the road.
Yeah, they're always on the road. They live in it. Yeah. And I would just spend time laying in the bed watching DVDs that I'd brought along and stuff like that. They would be driving down the highway in this big ass semi, and I'm just in the back of the semi watching fucking Dinotopia on DVD. But anyway, so yeah, my grandfather's friend Russ didn't really help with the alcohol situation, and many a time, it doesn't help that he also looked like. Let me tell you about Russ. This man looked like Sam Elliott. That's what he looked like. Freaking gray hair, gray mustache.
No.
He did. He looked like Sam Elliott. I swear to God.
Let me look up a picture.
Yeah, it's the guy from Ghost Rider, the cowboy Ghost Rider guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he looked like him.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Same gray long hair, same grayish freaking graying mustache. Freaking leather jackets and freaking cowboy boots.
Wow.
But yeah, he would always bring by beer. There was a time when he even let me smell the inside of a beer can when I was 6.
He was trying to get you hooked too.
Enabler. But so we were so my grandfather also would go to bars on the weekends to hang out with his son-in-law Ruben and some other family friends and stuff like that, some people from the post office from where he worked. And more often than not, my grandmother would have to go down there and pick his drunk ass up.
I remember this one.
Now the thing is, like, you might think, oh yeah, of course she would, he's drunk. But it's not the sensicality behind it. There's a reason why she picks him up. And that's because she knows that his dumbass would try and drive back home if he could. And here's the reason why she would always go down there whenever he goes out, whether he calls or not, to go pick him up. Because one day, he went to that bar, got absolutely fucking shit-faced, came out, got in his car, which wasn't his car, by the way. It was my grandmother's dad's car. Great-grandpa's car. He went to drive home, and this is where we're gonna cut to my grandmother, okay? My grandmother's sitting there, and she gets a phone call, and she's like, well, what? And she's like, huh, yeah, hello? Yeah, I'm Connie. What do you mean, what did he do to my car? What do you mean my car is halfway up a phone pole?
What?
She goes down there, and this car is up vertical, up a phone line tower. Up a phone pole. She sees him, and he's just sitting there on the side of the curb, just like I don't know what went wrong.
You drove home drunk, dumbass.
Okay, go ahead.
I got one to finish off tonight.
Alright.
Last one of the night, and then to end the night perfectly. So, my dad was 5'9".
Okay, hold on. This is the last one. I have two very short ones. These are like two minute-long ones. Okay?
Okay.
I had an
Actually, do you want to save them for the next podcast? Because
No,
I was planning to do a part 2 with this.
Like, they're very, very short. Like, they wouldn't even take up a minute. So, we used to have I had an uncle on my grandmother's side who... He would get off on stealing things. He was one of those, you know?
Hey, it's my brother.
He could not keep his hands off of anything. When they would go here's the reason why I bring that up, because they would go to restaurants, and these like mom and
This
pop
motherfucker be stealing napkins.
these mom and pop restaurant areas, right? And
He steal the motherfucking cups.
no, and they'd have like these little like personalized little antique salt shakers, these mom and pop places.
Oh my god, this motherfucker is stealing sausage.
And all it would take for him to think, now all this man needs, he only steals when he has an excuse. And if my grandmother, who loves
His excuses, I like that.
my grandmother loves antiques, and if she would say like, "Oh, this little salt shaker is so cute," that salt shaker would end up in his fucking pocket. As soon as they'd leave the restaurant, he would pull it out of his pocket, like, "Here you go. It's yours now. They don't need it no more." Now, I don't know if this is the same uncle or if it's a different uncle, but another one of my grandmother's like cousins or brothers, when they would go out for like breakfast or anything like that, he always had one rule, one thing to make sure he'd get across. As soon as he sat down and the waitress brought him his coffee mug and she filled up his coffee, before she would go back, he's like, "Excuse me, miss, I just want to make something real clear." He'd point to the coffee cup. "You see this coffee cup?" He'd take a sip. "Ah, if I see the bottom of this mug, you're not getting a tip." And he was good on his word. But hey, they'd make sure to keep his freaking coffee mug filled. My family's so fucking redneck. Okay, your turn, War Chief, for the last story of the night.
Alright, actually two.
Oh, okay.
Since you brought up stealing. My half-brother is a fucking degenerate.
Well, since you brought up theft, I have one more story, this man says.
My degenerate fucking half-brother's a fucking thief. Fucking can't stand him. My Uncle Richard worked for the Indianapolis Colts and won a fucking Super Bowl. When they won the Super Bowl, he brought the ring down for everybody to see. My half-brother was immediately infatuated with this ring, and he wanted it. And he told him, either you're gonna give me the ring, or I'm gonna tell the whole family you molested me, which was a fucking lie. My uncle never fucking touched him. That's how scummy my half-brother is.
Wow.
Now, my Uncle Richard stopped coming around, and I never knew why. And when I heard this story, I started putting pieces together. So I went online and I looked up Richard Mascarello Super Bowl ring. I find it, and I find an auction for it online. He sold it for $2,500.
Wow.
If I ever see him again,
Dead man?
I don't know that he will be with us any longer.
Wow.
Because how the fuck are you gonna do that to somebody? My Uncle Richard's dead now. We don't know. We didn't even know how the fuck he died, but okay, final story of the night. So, my dad was 5'9", not a very tall man. Nobody in my family is 6 foot. The only people in my family that were 6 foot were my half brothers, because their dad was 6 foot, and their dad is not my dad. So, same mom, not same dad. Anyway, actually, another story. Let me backtrack into another story.
Oh my god.
This guy was a piece of fucking shit.
Wow, Muggs is just dying in chat right now.
Why?
Oh yeah. So, and if you're wondering, I put a salt shaker next to me.
Oh, so
wait. I also put a thing of Kool-Aid next to Jason.
Okay, this motherfucker. He would smack my half-brothers around, but he wouldn't touch my half-sister. That was daddy's girl, you know. My mom would come home, they'd have bloody noses. This is back in like the 70s, 80s. Before she met my dad. She meets my dad, they get together. She met my dad in like 84, I think. I don't know. Long before I was born. I was born in 97. So long before I was born.
It's drinking Kool-Aid.
But he would come while my dad was at work. He would come to my mom's house when my dad was at work, and he would steal food out of the fucking fridge. That was for my half brothers and my half sister. He found out about it. He goes up to him because he's at the house one day and grips his fucking ass up, and has his hand pinned down on a piece of wood. He has a knife in his hand. As he's getting ready to cut this motherfucker's hand off, a cop car rolls by.
He's like, oh, you got fucking lucky.
No, he didn't.
No? He did it anyway?
80s.
He did it anyway?
Even better. Cops go, what's going on here? He's fucking stealing food from his own kids. Oh, really? Okay. You go back in the house. You come with us. They take him around the corner and beat his ass.
And people say there's no justice left in the world.
It was the 80s. That was then. This is now. It was the 70s or 80s. It was back in the time when no one gave a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But that leads me to another one. My Uncle Brad, another piece of shit. When my sister Angel was a little kid, he knocked over her crib. My dad was on him in 2 fucking seconds.
Oh, hell yeah.
Strangling him. He went limp. And he let go and he just flopped to the fucking floor. My mom's sitting there crying. You killed him! You killed him! You fucking killed him! My dad, good.
Like
He said it louder than that, but I can't say it as loud as he did.
He knocked it over
I
with
did.
he knocked it over with the baby still in it?
Yeah, but my sister's still in the fucking crib. No.
Oh shoot.
He comes to, he leaves. My dad always said, I had his life in my hands, and I regret letting it fucking go. I regret.
Why do you have so, like, as you say, pieces of shit in your fucking bloodline? Like, what?
That's my mom's side. That's
Your
not my
mom.
dad's
Oh,
side.
okay. That makes sense now.
No one on my dad's.
No, no, it's okay. The dots have been connected. It makes sense now. It's all good.
No one. See, my grandmother was a fucking saint, so I don't know how they ended up like this. Don't know.
You think she's up there in heaven looking down at her children, just rubbing her temple like, what the fuck are they doing?
What the? I was mad at my grandson for this shit. I hated my. What the fuck? And that's what I imagine.
Yeah.
But. Last story tonight. Anyway, my dad 5'9". No one on his side of the family is 6 foot. Which is why I'm not very tall. Someone's dog was barking, and there used to be a dude on the block named. His last name was Dudek. I don't remember his first name.
Dudek?
But yeah. And you're about to find out that my dad made him live up to that name.
No, I'm just imagining, like, they bring the baby home. They didn't name him at the hospital, and they're like, you know, I still don't know what to name this baby. And you freaking, his dad steps on a dog turd on his porch. He's like, God damn it, a dog shit on the deck again. Wait a minute.
No, that was the last name. But anyway,
oh,
my dad made him live up to that name, and my dad made him live up to that name, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now, he's looking for a dog that's barking. Him walking down the street with a fucking golf club. Whose fucking dog's barking? I'm gonna beat the fuck out of it. Someone points to our fucking house. My dad's sitting in the chair. Hey, shut your fucking dog up. My dad not even turning his back to him. Ain't no fucking dog out here. What the fuck you doing in my yard? Get the fuck out of here. He hits my dad in the back of the neck 3 times with the golf club.
Oh, this story. Yes. Okay, keep going.
Biggest mistake he ever made in his life.
No,
My dad, this guy is 6'4", maybe 225. Hits my dad in the back of the neck 3 times with the golf club. My dad doesn't even fucking flinch. He gets the fuck up, turns around, knocks this motherfucker on his ass. 1 punch. Again, my dad, 5'9". This guy, fucking 6'4". This man falls so hard. He kills the shrub that we had. This man fell on our shrub and killed it. We had to get rid of all the other plants because it just didn't match up anymore.
I remember when you told me.
He hit this man so hard. He not only split his fucking eyebrow open, he broke his glasses and the glass went into the eyebrow cut.
Oh, wow.
Making it worse.
Jason's just sitting there in silence like, this man's fucking scary.
They did call him Scary Gary. He even threatened me one time. He was like, "You're gonna fucking find out why they called me that." I'm like, nope.
I remember.
Anyway.
I
This
remember.
motherfucker
Yeah.
caused nerve damage to my dad, making, his issues even worse than what he had. He owed my dad $100,000, never paid it. Now, the reason I wanted this story to be the last one, given that you brought up drinking, this motherfucker one day got drunk and drove his car into a pole.
We
A
need to.
street light.
It
A
has.
street light pole.
It has to be a brand. We have to find what brand of beer causes this and put a stop to it.
Now, every day we would pass that pole, my dad goes, "See that pole? That's the pole the motherfucker that knocked out his ass hit."
Wow. I remember you telling me this story, and I'm like, yo, your dad's a fucking Terminator.
He used to be able to pop a basketball with one hand.
Oh my god.
He'd just palm it with one hand and squeeze it, and the basketball would fucking pop. Full-blown basketball.
Wow.
He would take beer cans and bend them and hit the caps to the metal caps to the beer cans.
Mm-hmm.
He'd fucking bend them with 2 fingers for button.
Wow.
Scariest shit he ever said to me. When we were talking about something, he's like, "You don't know half of the things I can do with my bare hands." I'm like, "Could you peel someone's skin off?" He looked at me and goes, "I don't know. Why don't we take yours and peel it back and count the layers?" I'm like, "Nope. No, thank you."
I'm good. Thanks. I'll just take your word for it. All I needed to hear.
There's no need to convince me, not at all.
That was a yes. That to me was a yes.
Like, not only did he basically confirm it, but he was willing to give a demonstration to prove the point. Oh god. So, unless there's any of you have any more to share before we sign off?
I think that's good enough to wrap it
Here's
up.
the deal. I do have more, but I'm not sure if I have permission to tell this one.
Give permission, we'll make a part 2. I got plenty more to make a part 2 of this shit.
Yeah.
Because I got a couple of stories, but they're a lot more darker.
Yeah.
I got dark stories too that I can't. I actually am not allowed to get into because I put them my dad.
Yep.
And you've heard the shit that he's shared tonight. Imagine the shit he's keeping secret. Imagine that. Anyway, yeah, that'll do it for this week. Hopefully we can get around to doing next week. Next time will be a Slice of Life podcast, which is our second podcast show for games, movies, media in general. Slice of Life here is mostly just to share personal stories of a certain topic. Next week will be Game Talk number 3, I believe it is. We're just gonna
99.
And we're just gonna be talking about the stuff that's been going on recently in the world of games, like our thoughts on Vanguard's multiplayer now that a full season has passed, our thoughts on the previous and current season of Fortnite, and a dive into so Jason has something to talk about into the open world Harry Potter game that's going to be coming.
Jason's no longer here.
He left? When did
He left.
When did he leave? Oh god. So anyway, this has been the return of this channel. Thanks for stopping by. If you saw this stream live, then thanks for stopping by. If you're watching the VOD of this stream after the stream is finished, thanks for checking us out. Sub if you're interested in anything that we three idiots have to say on certain topics. I don't know. Any finishing words from you, War Chief?
Any what's the word? Any mental breakdown you may have from any of the stories about my dad, I'm not legally responsible.
Oh,
Any
God.
panic attack you may have hearing these stories, I'm not responsible.
Any
Listen at your own risk.
Any sleeping with one eye open that may occur. Any checking under the bed that may be from an outcome
any
of
sleep
this.
deprivation.
Any sleep paralysis caused by this experience. We are not legally obligated.
We are not held legally accountable.
Yeah, so from left to right, I am Bronova. You can find my channel in the link below. In the center, we have Warchief. His channel is linked down below. And on the far right here is our boy Jason. His channel linked down below. Thank you all for joining us. Muggs' last comment. I heard and seen worse shit.
You think you've heard worse. You think you've heard worse. Imagine what I'm keeping secret.
Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. Hope to see you guys next week. And with that, we sign off. See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.